Like,
Weird. I can hear us right now.
oh, in podcast, about to go live. Everybody know I got 5 fingers on my hand.
There you go.
Hey.
That's great.
I play in the band.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do?
We are here today. It's time for some Sunday's Extra Mile. Talk about what we talked about Sunday, what happened during the week, just chatting life, some
Yeah.
different things that are going on. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm pretty good. And we both brought snacks today, but I'm going to go
Yes.
with yours. So we always like to start with just a snack here at the table. Before we get started with our snack, this past week we talked about identity. So if you got maybe, I would love to hear people's funny stories of, they're not funny,
Mhm.
but like losing your wallet.
Man,
We
that's
all-
why I got this right here, because it happens a lot.
Yes, I got one of those on my wallet too, those
Uh-huh.
AirTags,
Yep.
because I leave that thing
A lot.
everywhere. When it feels like somebody has your stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that's the worst.
Look out.
Like, I do not want to be losing my identity. What'd you bring?
I brought an apple crumble blossom.
An apple crumble blossom. So this smells really good.
I'm kind of it's the seeds, the oats that throw me off.
Why?
I don't know. It's like little maggots.
It looks like little maggots.
Like, I don't know if y'all can see that.
I think it looks good. I'm gonna taste it.
All right, let's do it.
It's got sugar. Mm.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
is-
got sugar. You know what I like a lot?
It is ice cream with some milk or something. Dang, the center is like, it's there.
Is it? I just ate the crust.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It's in the middle.
I'm sure this is visually great to watch.
What, us eating?
Mm-hmm.
I bet. Hey, what about the sounds? ASMR.
Don't do that. No.
Yeah,
That is good. This is not going to be good sitting here like this, 'cause I just want to keep eating it.
that's good. That just needs some milk or some ice cream.
Yeah.
Yes, ripe apples, oats, brown sugar, butter, and cinnamon wrapped in flaky pastry.
What's Simple Truth?
The gospel? It's simple and it's the truth.
I know, but I've never heard of that brand. I've heard of Betty
Oh.
Crocker. I've heard of Kroger brand.
Then it's simple truth.
Oh, maybe that's just a Kroger brand.
It is a Kroger brand.
Oh, okay.
They promise products we promise products you can trust. It's high quality and delicious every time. If you're not delighted, let us know. We will
I'm
make it.
delighted.
Hey, what if we're not like? Do we get this for free?
You're going to call him?
Give us a number.
I don't think that's how it works.
Hey, this episode is sponsored by Simple Truth.
Simple Truth.
It's not. It's really sponsored by the church. But if Simple Truth would
It's
like
not
to,
sponsored by anything. It's just our time. That's what it's sponsored by.
well, legit. There you go. Sponsored by Our Time.
Yeah.
Made for viewers like you. You
But-
watch PBS Kids? You said it.
Yes.
Made for viewers like you.
Yep. And then here comes Clifford, the big red dog.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what was the things when you were a kid. That's the kind
It
of
was Clifford. Bearstein Bears.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We had Mr. Rogers though.
I had Mr. Rogers too, like
Yeah?
the tail end though.
They just showed him while he was being about done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In between the lines.
The one what's the one where she's in the school bus and they go into
The
people's
Magic School Bus.
Yeah, that one's weird.
They used to shrink and then go in like a nostril or something like
Yes,
that.
that's weird.
Yeah, I remember that show.
I mean, as a kid, that's cool, but that is weird. Hey, we're using the small group guide to just chat. So what do we got? What's the top icebreaker here?
Top icebreaker. If you could give yourself a nickname based on your personality or interest, what would it be?
If you had to choose your nickname
Mm-hmm.
based off of your personality or your interests,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be?
My personality, Loudy.
So your nickname would be Loudy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's weird to give yourself a nickname.
You'll be
That's a weird thing to do. Like people don't-
Bookworm.
bookworm. I do like to read.
Bookworm.
Have you ever known people that try to get their own nickname over?
Yeah.
That's really annoying.
I know a few. I was about to say that name. I shouldn't do that.
Did it
But I know a
work?
few. Well, when they get offended by calling their real name, it does work.
And so they just
You don't want
like
to keep fighting
demand
someone.
that you call me this thing.
It's weird.
Maybe I should do that.
Demand people to call you a nickname.
I don't really have a nickname to go by,
But
but
folks be like, Mark, nope, my name is Bookworm.
it's Chief. That's my grandpa name.
You know, Chief.
Yeah, Chief. It's
You
gonna
be
be-
like, Pastor Mark, nope, it's Chief to
but
you.
not Chiefs, because that is a football team that's no good.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, the Kansas City Cheaters.
Cheaters. That's crazy.
Man, I don't watch NFL a lot, but I watched
You watched them?
I watched one of their last games, and
It was
those
trash.
refs really liked them.
Hey, it's not about skill today.
Yeah,
It's about
money. Yeah, who's going to bring in the ratings? And
like you remember? Did you watch the Taylor Swift Bowl last year?
yeah,
Mhm.
they're like, who's going to bring in the money and the ratings?
They said
And
Taylor Swift.
We'll be good with that. So here's another one. If you could only eat, so we're talking about Daniel and them, and they pushed aside food and just had vegetables and water. But if you could only eat one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's. I'm bouncing actually between two.
Okay, what you
It'd
got?
be between. I don't know how to say this. Is it? Would you say Vietnamese? Vietnamese
like
food.
pho.
Yeah, like pho.
Okay,
And between that and Italian food.
Italian food.
Mhm.
I don't like Italian food.
I love Italian.
Like spaghetti,
Oh yes,
lasagna. Like I don't like
and pastas.
anything that's got a red marinara sauce. It's fine. I'll eat it. It's not like I hate it, but it's
Terrible
not.
for-
I'm not going to choose that.
It's terrible for acid reflux for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm choosing tacos or nachos. Like all day long, I could eat that.
So would you say like Latino, Hispanic food? I don't
Yeah.
know. I want to be right. I don't want to say it wrong.
Yes, like enchiladas, tamales. Like I can eat that stuff
I can understand it. I can actually
forever.
It's between
If there's Tostitos involved, life is going to be good.
it's be Vietnamese or no. Is seafood like a group?
Yeah, seafood could be a type of food.
Okay, Vietnamese or seafood.
I don't like seafood either.
Really?
Yeah,
So,
what kind of seafood do you like though?
I mean,
Like I'm cool with like shrimp, some lobster.
crab legs.
I'm gonna keep going
I
back
like
to
a
that.
lot of fish.
Yeah.
Like I could eat a whole bunch of fish.
I don't know if I could do
Like different.
vegetables and water for probably what was almost years for them. That
Yeah.
would be a long time. Like
That would be not enjoyable. At
that
all.
is some dedication to push aside pork chops for greens.
Well, some people you can make it happen because you do like mushrooms. They taste like meat depending on which one you get.
I guess. I mean, I've had friends that are vegetarians, and
Mhm.
I feel sorry for them. That's about it. That they didn't choose even to be possibly, vegetarians.
They was
Yeah, this Chinese. That's Jeremy says Chinese
Chinese.
food.
I can
don't
mess.
know.
I can mess Chinese food. Too much
I like
sesame
Chinese
chicken,
food,
it will throw me away.
Why?
It's just. It depends on you put too much sauce on it and it get too sweet after a while. I get sick.
Yeah, that is true. It usually Chinese food a lot of times, at least the Americanized Chinese food
Yeah.
is fried.
Yep, that's Americanized Chinese food. The real Chinese food, you're gonna be eating like raw octopus with still swimming or moving.
That's more Japanese than Chinese, but
Oh.
yes, you'll get some of that.
Dang,
stuff.
I'm not even trying to be racist. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's all right. They eat that too, but that is going to be more of a Japanese food. So how was Young Adults this week? Before we keep chatting about some other things, what did
Young
y'all
Ad-
talk about?
We talked about purpose.
Purpose.
Man, we had good discussions, had some good questions. We had a lot to learn from it too. I think we went into the I'm about to say the Great Commandment. That's not what I'm trying to say. The not the Great Commandment. The
Great Commission.
Commission.
Yes.
Say commandment.
What's up, Devin?
Devin,
Look at you, got so excited.
because that's family right
I know,
there, bro. What up,
you
Devin?
didn't
My
see
bad.
it. Yes, that is family right there. He's living the good life on the beach.
He is on the beach. He a firefighter now too,
Yeah.
and he got like he used to be he used to be small, and now he like this. He walked just like this because he's so built.
He wasn't eating just vegetables.
Yeah, he wasn't eating vegetables. Somebody was eating steak.
Some protein.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you. You guys are talking about purpose?
Oh yeah, because I didn't know what I was talking about. Yeah, we're talking about purpose, and the purpose. We all have the same purpose as believers in Jesus. When we gave our life and confess that He is Lord, we committed to. We all had that purpose, and that is to know Jesus and make Him known.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it actually, I mean, so we're in the book of Daniel on Sunday
Mhm.
mornings, and Daniel is a young man. Most people think possibly even like teenager age as they take him captive. And most young men, their biggest thing that they're striving for is to know where their purpose is.
Yeah.
If Daniel would have been just asking the whole time, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? He would have never done anything.
That
But
is true.
somewhere along the way, his purpose became honor God before everything else. And in that, then he was put in charge of things. Like you read the whole book of Daniel and all kinds of stuff happens, but it stemmed from the first purpose, put God first. And I was in that room when you said, our purpose is to know God and make him known. And I've preached that same message before. And what's it feel like in the room?
Everybody just like, I know what this is. Duh. Now tell me what I'm supposed to do. Now I think the question that we all get stuck up on, because that's the answer, is to know God, make him known. The question that we asked it now is, okay, what is my assignment? So how do I do this? So it's like whatever occurred, and that can get all difficult.
So our purpose is always, it's know God, make him known. Like if you're a Christ follower, that is your purpose. What's your assignment is where's God put you in the moment to do that. And we kind of talked about it as, well, you got to just move, be the boat in the water that sail's at least able to blow and the wind's able to get, don't stay in the dock. You got to actually move. And your assignment, the things and the places that God puts you is probably going to change and shift, but you got to get out in the water and actually move. And where you start won't be your ending point.
That is the truth.
But you got to learn things along the way, grow along the way. I always tell people, I'm a lead pastor now. Do you know where I started?
Where did you start?
Serving in the preschool room. We were at a small church, and they needed some help in the preschool room. And I was a young man that didn't have any kids, and it was just me and my wife. And they're like, "You guys are around a lot. What if you want to help with the 3-year-olds?" And that's where just ministry started, serving 3-year-olds. And now I'm in a totally different space, but it started with just like, okay, let me do something, because I'd been a guy, you just attended church. And so sometimes it's just that first step, and it's not necessarily you have to be serving. Like, not all of you need to work at the church either, but you need to start doing something. Don't just wait around for that perfect job, that next thing. Start moving, start doing something. That's why I love the life of Daniel. Man, these guys were in bondage, and they were still going to be doing something. So here's some of the questions we had on the discussion here. One of them says, names and labels shape identity. If you weren't here, we took a bunch of labels, and I had Elijah up on the stage with me, and I'm slapping all these labels on him. And we said there's all these things that sometimes we define ourselves by. I mean, we've both been to conferences and been around different people, and usually the first thing that people ask is what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And I've never once, when somebody's asked me that, when somebody says, what do you do? Have I said, well, I share the gospel with people, or I'm a Christian, and I'm the one who's now preaching this. But every time it's like, well, I'm a minister, or depending on the situation, sometimes I'll tell people made up things.
Yeah, hold on. Tell them the funny thing you be saying.
I mean, I'll tell people all kinds of different stuff. I'll tell people I'm a writer. I'll tell people I work in the adult industry.
That part,
because I work with adults, but it gets them to be like,
breaks the ice.
You do what? And it breaks the ice. But how many of us actually define ourselves by, I'm a Christ follower before anything else? And we need to sometimes carry that label on the outside. So we slapped all these labels on. And I said, most of us would love for me to just rip these labels off, but that's not what it's about. Some of us have habits and hangups that they may not define us, but they're a part of our story. And so, but we wrap it all up with Jesus. He's what we represent. These other things may be a part of us. They may be a part of our story. They may be things that God's ripping off, but they are a part of who we are. I know for myself, and probably for you, have there been things in your life that at one point you were labeled by, and you carry that label either with shame or honor? So what is something that maybe you've been like, I've labeled myself as this too much, or maybe this is the thing that I looked in the mirror and always saw this thing, and but I've learned, or I'm learning to let Jesus define me more than this.
Yeah, I was labeled a lot as the jovial, non-serious guy. Like, basically to the point that was like, there's no depth to him. That was some
goofball.
Somebody said this, and I was like, I think I'm offended. It was like, man, you like the court jester.
Ooh,
I was like,
court jester.
That's tough. So
I didn't say that to you, I hope.
No, you didn't say that.
I did say that you need to be more serious.
You did say that though.
Yes.
So that was a label I had for a long time though.
Yeah.
How people looked at me.
Yeah.
That was a difficult label too.
Yeah.
And then my wife labeled me as like very good looking, handsome. And I was like, you know what? That's a difficult. I'm willing to wear that one.
You're
though.
willing to wear that one.
Yeah, for my wife.
Yes. I guess so. I mean,
What about you?
same thing. I'm in my 40s now, so I've had all kinds of different labels that
Mhm.
people have labeled me by, that I've been known by. I mean, I was a kids pastor for a while, so sometimes people don't take you seriously because of that.
Dang.
Even though what you do is leading, like we led some of the biggest departments in the whole entire
Mhm.
church, had staff and everything.
Mhm.
I've been labeled as rude, or
Mm.
I've even, and that's, I tell people that love me, I'm like, tell me to smile because I think I am, and I need you to tell me to wear it because I think I'm wearing it and I'm not. So just say it. Or distant, because I just get focused sometimes,
Mhm.
and I forget to focus on what matters most, which is always gonna be people.
Mhm.
Because I'll get focused on something else. So these are things too that I know that I'm working on and God's working on. But I've looked in the mirror sometimes like this
Yeah.
is who I am.
Yeah.
And it can either be something that you get excited about because I've been labeled the boss, I've been labeled, or you can just decide, okay, these are all part of who I am, but Jesus is what I want to be labeled by most.
Yeah.
And it's a daily reminder to wrap yourself in Him. Otherwise, those things will either inflate you to be more than what you are. Because I'm
Mhm.
sure, like, you are very gifted on your keys, and I'm sure people have blown you up and be
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
and you have to sometimes be like, this is a part of who I am. So I'm not taking that away,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna be part of who Jesus is.
Yeah.
Even more than that.
Right.
Yeah, that can be a struggle.
Yeah.
What else we got on here?
All right. How can reminding ourselves of God's view of us, chosen, love, forgiven, combat the lies or labels the enemy tries to place on us?
So how do we know what God defines us as? You say this a lot to our young adults. If we want to know what God says of us, what do we have to be doing?
We got to read the Bible.
We got to read the Bible.
You got to. That is what I say all the time. You want to know what He say about you, what He think about you? It's right there in the Bible.
Yeah, because otherwise, how do you even know what God says about you?
Mhm.
You listening to K-Love and hearing the songs? I mean, that's, I guess, better than nothing.
That's better. It's better than nothing.
Yes.
Better than nothing for sure.
But you got to be reading some scripture, because otherwise you don't have a clue what God says about you. So it is important to understand, what God says is best.
Mhm.
Hey, we're going to get to a couple of these other questions. I want to play a quick game, though.
Let's do it.
All right. So I think we might play this a few different times. It's a game. It's just called OK Genius.
Mhm.
And
I can relate. Genius.
you're the genius today. I'm going to give you
I actually want
the
this.
genius board
Mhm.
and a pen.
That is really good.
It is really good. I don't know if I've got another pen. Just a sec.
Well, now you just tuned into a segment called Alex. On this segment, I'm just gonna
Say dumb stuff.
say stuff that comes straight to my mind. Do you know when people say, my stomach, I haven't eaten nothing all day, my stomach is eating itself?
That doesn't ever happen.
It don't happen. It can't happen. You know what
No.
that is? Acid reflux. That's what that is. That is acid building up in your stomach, and it builds up so much that you start feeling little pains in your stomach.
Now you a
And
doctor?
No. Well, according to Google and WebMD, I'm certified. I can diagnose
WebMD
people.
is not. That ain't it.
That thing diagnosed me with stage 4 cancer.
I know the one time you came in, you said,
I thought I was dying.
I think I'm dying.
Yo, y'all was low down too, because I was saying the wrong thing.
Yeah, you were telling us you had something.
They was low down.
Only females could have the thing that you were telling us.
That was low
Yeah.
down. I said the thing wrong, and for like 2 months.
No, it was like a week or two.
Oh no, because we
Yeah.
went on that trip in Atlanta.
It was a week
Oh,
or two.
they was low down.
All right, I'm gonna read a card, and we're gonna put down a number,
All right.
and we're gonna discuss it.
Okay.
How many days before you swap out your old toothbrush for a new one?
Oh, that's easy.
Man, this is gonna be. I shouldn't have picked this game because I have no idea.
I do exactly.
What counts as an old toothbrush?
When it's beat up, your mouth does not react the same when it comes to like cleaning when it's all beat up. And I tell you why I know this.
Okay, show your answer. I'll show mine. What'd you put?
7 days.
I put 1 month.
You gotta change that. You gotta
Wait. But I'm talking like, is this how long do you use a toothbrush or
That's
an
what I'm
old
thinking.
toothbrush?
That's what I'm thinking.
You get a
now.
new toothbrush every 7 days?
Yes. I'm gonna tell you why.
You're probably right. I just think that's a lot of toothbrushes.
Let me tell you why, bro. It's the reason. I looked this up too. So you got two things. You got stuff this thing built on your tongue, which is bacteria, old gunk and stuff like that, and turn your tongue white. There's two reasons: because using a bad toothbrush, and then two, because you're not drinking enough water.
You watching
And then-
WebMD again?
No, this ain't
Watching it.
WebMD. Watching
YouTube?
YouTube and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then if you want also electric toothbrush is better, and then flossing on the daily is better and stuff like that. So you should change your toothbrush because you know what happens? It collects bacteria over time. So you got to keep changing it.
Yeah. I mean, I have an electric toothbrush and
Change the
get
head.
changed, yes. But
You should do it every week.
that's a lot.
That's beneficial.
I don't think that's every week is a lot.
I change mine every week. And then sometimes when I am too lazy to go buy batteries in the right time, I just use a regular smegular toothbrush.
Well, yeah.
And I change those a lot too.
All right, this one, we're gonna probably have very different answers.
Mhm.
How many flowers make up the perfect I'm sorry bouquet?
Oh man.
The perfect I'm sorry bouquet.
I still don't know. How many flowers, like the individual flowers?
Yes.
The perfect one or just the one to get through?
The perfect one.
Perfect one.
Like this is the perfect I'm sorry bouquet. How many flowers?
Honestly, and she wouldn't be mad at this.
All right.
She probably
1, 2, 3, show them. 0.
must be nice.
What'd you put?
50.
50?
My wife loves flowers.
If I did something bad to my wife and I brought home a bouquet of anything,
Mhm.
she would not be happy.
Nah, my wife.
It ain't about flowers.
She wouldn't
for
be
her.
as mad. She'll still be ticked off. You know, we gotta talk about it. But it's
50 flowers is gonna be expensive.
It's easier to. Oh, you don't know how to do this, huh?
You go pick them out of the
Oh
field?
no,
Like-
sir! You go to freaking Kroger, bro. They like $6. You get you a couple of those. You take the wrapping off and then put it together, and then put the wrapping back on. Make sure you got the flower food because she really a flower girl. She gonna love the flower
Are
food.
you stealing flowers? Don't be saying that.
No, I'm buying all these.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
yeah,
You're buying all the small.
No, I'm buying all of them. They cheap.
You're
Like a
buying all
bouquet
the-
of flowers is like $7,
and just put them all together.
Mhm.
Okay.
and she eats it up every time.
Well, she might listen to this.
Oh, it's okay. She taught me.
Okay. She taught you. All right. Here's another one. I don't like that one.
that
That one wasn't good.
Now kind of interesting.
How many quality reusable shopping bags should you own? This is definitely not a
Quality?
Southern question.
I don't know.
So I'll skip this one. But I go and visit my sister,
Mhm,
and she lives in Washington State.
mhm.
You have to pay to get bags.
Oh, so she probably got a whole bunch of them.
So most of people just you see them carrying stuff out in their arms.
She's like Aldi's.
Because every bag is, I don't know, 5 cents, 10 cents or whatever. So
Yes.
if you start getting a bunch of bags,
Oh, that does that.
yep. All right.
So how many bags you think she got?
I don't know. Every time I've gone with her, we just carry things
Oh,
out in our arms. But then they have like a problem with people shoplifting. But like, how do you know if
that's
everybody's just walking out with stuff in their arms?
that's an easy fix to that, Washington.
Get whatever. How many accidental burps on a first date mean that there won't be a second? How many accidental burps on a first date mean that there won't be a second date?
Accidental sound like it ain't accidental no more. That's acid reflux.
Everything's acid reflux.
Well,
for you.
GERD rather, not just acid. It's GERD.
I've got a number. You put your number. I'll see
I
if
got
you
my
match. All right, 1, 2, 3. What you got?
I got 5.
I said 3. That's similar. Like if you just sitting there burping the whole time during the date, it's like funny and endearing once or twice, and then after that you're like, "What's wrong with?"
But
this
if you do
person?
like a burp, or you do like a burp, which one?
I'm talking just like, yeah, that's
This
true.
one different.
Yes, if it's like a loud,
Mhm.
abrasive one, you got 1. If that. I've been in this office. Some of y'all are aggressive burpers when there's no people around. Like, what is that noise?
That's crazy. What y'all drinking?
It's aggression with the burping.
Man, you drink a real crisp Sprite, it come right out of me. That's so stupid.
All right, hey, let's get back to this. A couple things.
That was so stupid.
Discuss a time where living out your faith caused others to notice. So we did challenge everybody to take a stand and to set a standard that when you live out your faith, that people question and they ask, like, "What? Why are you doing that?" What? I know. So we've lived in neighborhoods where the kids had lots of friends in the neighborhood and people that maybe believed a little bit different than us, and so we had different standards of what we allowed our kids to do. And that would always get questions. And I think that's one of the most common things if you have kids, because the kids then will beg, why can't I fill in the blank? And I'm just like, because we're following a different standard. We're not doing that. It's not because we think we're even better than them. This is the standard that we have in our house because we believe that this is what honors God at this time. I don't know if you've had any where maybe you had a standard. What do you got?
100%. It's something that I just would not watch because it's a standard I set for myself. And my siblings do not understand it. Some of them, not all of them. But some of them, they just don't understand it. Some things I just don't think it's beneficial to one who's following Christ. And so that's one of the many that I just take a stance on. I'm not gonna watch this, and I'm not gonna be a part of this that they don't understand or agree with.
I think that's fair. I think all Christians should have some kind of. They should have some standards and values that are higher than the people around them about the things that they consume. And everybody has a different, if I watch this thing or hear this thing, it causes me to blank. But definitely, man, don't be watching certain things. Like if there's a lot of nudity, you shouldn't be watching that.
I won't watch something that has nudity at all.
Neither will I. You shouldn't be watching that.
Or honestly, if I got to the point I ain't gonna watch something that's too gruesome and violent.
Graphic, gruesome stuff. Like we should all just be really thinking, man, how is this helping me? Is this beneficial? Like what's the purpose of this? And again, we're not out here trying to be pious and better than. We just have a standard that we're trying to live up because we're trying to honor God. And that's what we see in Daniel and these guys. It wasn't like food is horrible. This is a standard God has put, and so we're going to live by that standard. And it is difficult sometimes. It can frustrate others sometimes.
100%. My mom used to say, sometimes God won't take the taste out your mouth to do something, but he will give you the strength not to do it no more. And I think that's what it was for them. And I think even for stuff that we say that we relate to and the standards that we live by, it's not just because it's easy to do it and just not do it anymore. I mean, I'm still enticed by those things or some stuff, but I have the strength to walk away and not do it or partake in it.
I think that's good. It's that, we still, like you just said, it's not that you suddenly lose the taste for some of that stuff. It's that you decide, I'm going to just die to my flesh and not want to satisfy that desire because it is not beneficial to me. It's actually a lot of times harming. And God's ways and his standards are better. And what I'd never want, and sometimes it's easy to lean into this because what we see is Daniel and these boys are obedient and they draw to God's standard. And then God puts them into he does some stuff. We should never be obedient and draw lines in the sand and walk in standards just because we think we're going to get something from God.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So if we're just doing it just because we think we're going to get something, our motives are off.
100%, because that's not God glorifying at all.
No, it's not. Our desire should be that this is going to help us to be with God because God is holy. So he separates himself and has standards, and Jesus came so that we could be reconciled with. But along the way, we should be trying to purify ourselves from some of the stuff that our natural fleshly desires. So it's to help us to draw closer to who God is. It's not to get something from him. It's the same thing when it comes to giving. Like I hate if you give, then God does, he blesses. That's true. Obedience will always bring a blessing, but sometimes the blessing is that now you can deal with pain better. You can persevere stronger. It's not always going to show up in the way that you might assume and think. So all of those are good. Who in your life has influenced your faith by the way maybe they live out some of the things that they they are in Christ. Who are some people that you've been able to look up to? You know, it's great that we have Scripture because it shows us these different models of humanity. Some people that seem to do a pretty good job. Daniel's one of those that you don't see any big, huge stumbles in his life, whereas David, he's a little bit more messed up, I guess you could say. But it shows us this raw humanity. But then there's people in our personal lives, I'm sure, that we've been able to learn things from,
Yeah,
look up to, grow from. You got any?
100%. I'm of course my mom, but then I want to say this person, because I think we both testify to this. Benson,
Yeah.
that man is 100% the guy. Because first of all, he's nicer than I am.
Yeah, he's nicer than everybody is.
Yeah, he is significantly better at making the person right in front of him the most important person.
Yep.
He's going to always, any advice he give you is going to always direct it to how this glorifies God.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. That was someone that definitely I would have thought of. He's someone that always is sincere and authentic, and that you can't fake that. And you can fake it for a little bit, but eventually people sniff that out.
100%.
And I've been around him enough, and so have you, that he doesn't fake that. And I think authenticity and sincerity is huge, and his love for who God is and wanting to help others is a big deal as well. One of our other overseers, he was one of my old pastors. Man, he's another one. He's so kind, and almost every week he shoot me a text on Sunday, and he's a pastor as well. I love you, praying for you, hope everything goes well today. And he it's consistency of kindness there. And when we were doing ministry at that church, he was always caring about both me and my wife, and just how you guys doing, and hey, here's a gift card, you need to go on a date, I'll help, who needs to watch your kids, and he's just people that are looking out for your best interests. They really are showing you how to live out your faith. I know how to, some people need help learning how to study scripture and stuff. I know how to do those things. I've had people that showed me the way there, but people that show you how to live it out, those are ones that make a big impact in my life anyways.
Same.
What you got coming up this weekend on Sunday?
Well, this weekend,
what's our set look like, worship wise? Do you know?
Yeah, we it's gonna be good.
Every time we sing, what's the song that Catherine, she belts
lately out like I've been losing sleep.
Everybody loves that song. That's like that.
After they love that song, and then they love Catherine singing it.
Yeah, that's a song everybody loves.
Somebody came through there was like, "Hey, can we do a Pun in This Rock and can Catherine sing it?"
Nobody else gets to sing
Nobody else, just Catherine.
I'm gonna sing it one time.
Go for it, bro. Yeah. Do her part too.
No, I don't know.
That's the good part.
But people, we had our small group over on Monday night, and a couple of them were like, "Man, we love that song." I was like, "What song?" You know, the one with the rock. And I was like, okay.
One with the rock.
All right. Well, they love that song.
Yeah, I love that song too. Even when they was recording it when we was there.
Yeah.
Now y'all get the 4-minute version. We got the 30-minute version.
That's true. We were there at the conference.
They didn't want to stop singing it.
They were singing that song for a long time.
Turn this city upside down. Yeah. We should do that song.
That was a good song.
That could be our corporate producer type thing.
Should do it before we go out to serve, especially when we go have
that's gonna be good.
When we do our crazy thing, everybody thought we were crazy the first time we did it.
We
said, we're not doing church this week. We're gonna go serve.
That song will be lit. That's turn it. Yeah. Man, I love worship.
Yeah. You don't remember what we were singing this, and you got practice in like an hour. You blanked.
It's praise, give him praise.
Okay.
People been asking for this song ever since it came out, and I just started doing it a year later.
Okay.
So we got that. And then the rest, you got to come to church to see.
Yeah, you got to come to church to see. I'm in the same boat. If you said, what exactly are you preaching? It's all written.
Like Jesus.
I'm trying to, influence.
Influence.
Yes, that's what we're talking about on Sunday. We're talking about what it looks like to be an influence, to gain influence, to have influence. And then Sunday night, we kick off our Awaken nights.
It's going to be good.
Y'all
go see what those young adults be doing.
Yep. So we'll be in the warehouse. Young adults will roll up at their normal time. Everyone else is 6:30.
6:30.
We've got all of our childcare throughout the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So if you got kids, don't let that be a hindrance of showing up. We've got people that are there to just watch and take care of your kids.
And worship for that is about to be lit. We got Pastor Will coming up.
Worship will be great. Monday night, we've got old school worship.
Yo, now
I walked by your office a couple days ago. I swear I heard. Oh man, what did I hear? Shout to the Lord.
You
or
did.
Trading my sorrows or something.
You definitely did. You 100%
But
did.
it was a version. I'm like, this is legit,
bro.
It wasn't like old school.
Nah.
Shout to the Lord.
It was a live version and did it sound like a woman that was leading it?
Kind of.
It was a guy.
Oh,
He got he sounded like a man in the beginning, like real deep.
you got
And
that
then
falsetto.
He went to
kicked
the
in?
octave up, and I was like, wow.
Well,
I ain't doing that version. I can't. I can't do that version. I wish I could.
but you're gonna pull those old school songs out.
100%.
Yeah, we're excited about that Monday night old school worship night. We're gonna all try to fit in the warehouse. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah,
Church has been, if you've not been on a Sunday, it's been a little
packed.
a little full, which is great. I'm glad y'all are bringing friends. Keep it up. Keep
Mhm.
inviting people. Keep letting people know what God's doing here at Church 419. I know a couple other churches in our community that are the same way, man.
Mhm.
God's bringing people to church always at
Yeah.
the beginning of the year, and we're praying for all the churches in our community and keep bringing people out. But
Mhm.
because of that, we are a little nervous about trying to fit folks in the warehouse.
Man, yeah, and fire coats.
Yeah.
We mess around.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And if we have to move,
Look, we want it to be full, so don't make it. We ain't trying to say we don't. We want this.
oh yeah, we'll make the space.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, you be there. We'll
And
make
you gonna
the
be
space.
comfortable.
It's just like a couple weeks ago, and they're like, Pastor Mark, you don't got a seat no more.
Yeah, we was pulling out chairs too.
Yeah,
man.
they were trying to fit everybody we could. Those are good church issues to
Mhm.
have.
Mhm.
We're blessed to be at a church that's healthy and
Yeah.
growing.
Yeah.
This Sunday also we kick off our new open house.
Yes, that's gonna be great.
So if you've not gone through it, we've got some new assessments that help you learn about yourself.
Mhm.
We've got a lot of different tools and resources to provide, from some different Bible reading plans, how you
Yeah.
can get connected with the church.
And bring all the questions you have about the church and everything we do here
Yeah.
and the people.
Yeah, bring all your questions that you have. We're
Mhm.
pretty open books.
Mhm.
How we govern things, budgets, how you can get involved, any of that kind of stuff. I'll be there helping lead that right after each service.
Mhm.
So we'll have some snacks and food. You keep your kids where they are, they'll be fine. And we'll chat through what it looks like to be a part of what we're doing at 419.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we say, we understand what membership class is,
Mhm.
but we want owners,
Yep.
people that take ownership of this place
Mhm.
and say, this is my spot. And it's been fun to see. I mean, I think of people, some of your young adults that are showing up and have really taken ownership.
Yes.
They're not just sitting around.
Yep.
They're like, let me do something.
Let me serve. Let me be a part of it.
And that's exciting. And that's what we want more of the church to be growing in. What else we got? Anything else?
That's about it. It's just gonna be a really good week.
Yeah. Let's play
Yeah.
one last round of OK Genius.
Let's do it.
All right. Maybe two more. We'll see.
Turn the CD upside down. Hey, I love that y'all give me requests for songs.
Do you?
No, so stop.
I was gonna say
It's like
most
literally,
worship leaders don't enjoy getting requests for
yeah,
songs.
because it's like literally, we can't do everybody's song.
Now that we're at almost towards the end of our time together,
Mhm.
and most people have tuned us out by now,
Mhm.
people, if they're listening, should just start flooding the comments with,
Go
"I
for
want
it.
this song,"
Yeah,
and Alex, why don't you do this?
and I won't pay attention.
And Alex, this is the best song that we don't do.
I understand.
and-
I love y'all genuinely. I've been stopped several times this past Sunday. Hey, listen to this song.
And Alex, you're the worst because you don't do this song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. I'm just y'all not pushing me to make me want to do this song.
All right. How many friends is the perfect amount of friends?
The perfect amount.
And how many friends is the perfect amount of friends?
It's the easy one.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. What you got?
12.
I said 2.
Jesus picked 12.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, that's the only else I can think of.
I'm thinking 2 or 3.
And the reason why I say this is because I'm speaking on it this Sunday, so you should be here.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean. Because like friends,
Like the closest to you,
yeah, I'm thinking like close friends.
close friends probably like, yeah, I'll give you 2 or 3.
Yeah, everybody needs a good little community of friends.
Yeah.
But like really close friends.
I think Jesus pulled like
Yeah, Jesus had 3.
3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jesus had crowds. He had 12. He had 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm all for having friends, but
I got friends in low
now
places.
you're going Garth Brooks on us.
That's the only part of that song I know too.
Really?
I got friends in low places.
How long can a stranger talk to you before it gets weird and you want them to go away?
Man, I just had this just happened recently. I don't know.
This could get us in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to answer that.
I don't know if I want to answer this either. I love everybody that knows who we are,
Mhm.
but
I love
sometimes,
I love meeting new people,
yes, I do too. Sometimes people expect you to know who they are, and you a stranger,
and that's difficult.
and it's about 15 seconds. I'm like, I don't know who this person
Yeah.
is, and that's why I need to come to open house so I can get
Mhm.
to know some of y'all's names. So I'm not going to
Mhm.
answer that because that's going to get
Yeah.
us in trouble. We ain't going there. What's the minimum number of scooters? What kind of question is this? Required for a scooter day parade? What is a scooter day parade?
Is it like electric scooters or just like regular scooters?
This is a stupid question. I'm not answering that. Like, what is a scooter day parade is my question.
We should do another scooter giveaway.
That was fun. How many times should you look at your phone in a day? How many times should you?
That's why I'm like, should.
Should you look at a phone in a day?
My wife called me for lunch. She called me after work.
I don't know.
It's my number.
How many times should you look at a phone in a day? Ready, 3, 2, 1. What you got?
I got 4.
I got 10.
Why 10?
I don't know. It seemed like
I just got 2 of those times my wife gonna call me, and one time I need to look just to see what I got to see.
I'm thinking.
And then the other one for emergencies.
But how many times do we actually look at our phone each day?
Oh, dude, probably like 205 million.
If I tried to just do 10, I might do this just tomorrow just to see.
Your phone will calculate it too.
Will it? How many times you look at it?
Yeah. How many times you pick it up? Like you got to unlock it, so it tells you how many times you do that.
I'm guarantee you, it's probably like hundreds.
I'm more than positive. I'm more than that.
I want to see if I can do 10. So we gave everybody a 10-day challenge.
Mhm.
Just saying, what's a line in the sand that you can draw? Some of them, I think it could be as simple as picking up every time you go to Walmart. I'm gonna pick up a piece of trash in the parking lot. It
Mhm.
could be I'm gonna try to only look at my phone 10 times a day. That I think will be wild and hard.
You know, I did a week without a phone one time.
Did you?
On purpose.
On purpose?
Mhm.
I've done a couple days without a phone
I did a
because
full
it's
week.
broken or
No, I did a full week
or
on
lost.
purpose.
But I've
Mhm.
never done it on purpose. That's a long time.
You'll forget about it after a while.
Really?
Probably the most peace of mind I had that week too.
I would not.
I didn't know what was going on in the world.
I get a lot of text messages, and I think
Same.
people would be like, "Is he dead?"
It's probably easier for you to be like, go on social media, be like, hey, I'm not answering my phone.
I guess so. I don't have a lot of people that are like. I've realized I'm not friends with a lot of people on social media, just because I don't go on there a whole lot.
You don't I get a whole bunch of friend requests, and I don't.
But
even
then
know
I've
who they
been
are.
on there just because the church we've been posting some things, and I'm like,
Mhm.
man, I need to
Get on here.
be more friends.
Like that time
with
you was on
people.
Twitter for like 2 days.
Yes. It just takes a lot of effort, and I don't got time for that. Yeah, 10 maybe.
But you gave everybody a challenge for 10 days to
Yeah,
do.
give everybody a challenge for 10 days to be drawing a line in the sand, saying each day that you just need to acknowledge. One of the things we need to acknowledge on almost a daily basis, God is bigger than I am.
Come on now.
He's in control. I am not.
Mhm.
Sometimes we get so stressed and worried about life, and there's a reality that we have to live in the places we live.
Mhm.
We have to have money and food. Those are normal things.
Mhm.
But we have to understand God's in control, and as long as I'm doing my best to do my part, I got to trust in His favor and His grace.
Yep.
So we're gonna just set a time each day to acknowledge God's big. I'm not.
Mhm.
He gets to be with me. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And then the last one is just praying for influence. Praying for God, will you give me influence with this specific person? So hopefully somebody that you know that you want to share the gospel with,
Mhm.
to tell them about Jesus, to invite them to church. So God, give me influence with this area, and then give me influence in an area. So it could be a workplace, a neighborhood, school. So I don't just want influence with a person. I want influence with the people.
Mhm.
One of the things that I'm going to say this week in the message is different types of influence. And sometimes people think wealth is a major source of influence.
Mhm.
And I heard a preacher say it. I'm going to quote him. He said, wealth can buy a home in the neighborhood,
Mhm.
but influence can actually make a difference in the neighborhood.
That's good.
So you can have stuff and buy a house in the neighborhood, or you can have influence that actually impacts the neighborhood because of what God is doing in us and
Mhm.
through us. So those are the 3 things that you should be thinking about and praying about. God, what's my line in the sand? God, how am I acknowledging that you're big? And then how am I praying for influence? Where can you bring influence? And I'm praying for our church.
Yeah.
That God will continue to give us an influence in this city. As
Mhm.
long as we're keeping the message of Jesus at the front, I
Yeah.
think He'll continue to allow us to be influential in this place.
That's good.
I would encourage everyone just continue to follow us on social. We've been visiting some local places.
Yes.
That's been
fun. Y'all should send some more places that they should go.
Yeah, let us know some places. We went yesterday, and we'll get that one up probably in a couple weeks. We had some pig feet.
Oh, bro, and it was great.
Yeah, it's some just. It's fun to go see these local places, and when we come in there with our camera, and just as we get to know the people and chat with them, it's awesome.
Mhm.
I get sick of being cooped up in the office sometimes. And so it's just good to go out and get to meet some of the people in our community, get to also just give them some free advertising.
Mhm.
Like, and just love some folks. How can we use even our social media to show people love? That's my thing. Let's be a church that makes a difference
Yeah.
as much as we possibly can.
I can't wait till you come film my restaurant that I'm about to start.
You are not going to start a restaurant.
It's called Wangs and Things. And don't nobody in Paducah doing it. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna
There
do
are
it.
people in Paducah that make wings.
No, they don't make them type of wings.
What kind of wings?
They whole wings.
Have you ever watched what's the Kitchen Nightmares or any of those Gordon Ramsay shows?
Yeah, but I'm not them. I know what I'm doing.
All of these places start off thinking, I know what I'm doing.
When has AI ever been wrong? ChatGPT, I put in my idea. They was like, "Oh, bro, you better make a killing."
All the time. It's like guys that think they need to just start churches. It's the same thing. Like some people, I
ain't called to that.
doing that.
I'm called to
have wings,
make chicken wings for the city of Paducah. And it's not even just chicken wings. We're doing fish too.
Everybody let him know this is a bad idea.
You go come, you go pull up.
They pull up once.
They gonna pull up again. This food good, bro. We ain't gonna get, and look, we ain't even gonna do like regular drinks. We gonna do
no, restaurant business is like the worst, hardest business to be in. All the people that run restaurants, this is why we keep visiting and loving y'all, because it is hard work.
I understand. So when you look, I'm when I start mine,
they know what they're doing.
Look, bro, I've been looking at YouTube.
You've been looking at YouTube?
I've been watching YouTube.
I've been going down this path too far.
I've been on ChatGPT. I made a menu. I have to tell my menu right now.
You got friends that work in the food industry business.
They trying to be one of my partners.
They crazy.
They trying to be one of my. I'm trying to get. I
asked
asked you to invest. Why you ain't invest?
It's a bad idea.
If you my friend, you invest with me. You be like, hey, I got you.
But not in wings and things.
It's wings and things.
Oh, wings.
So you don't believe in me? You can't even say my name right.
Wings and things.
Wings. Look, we're gonna have some wings.
I've tasted your cooking. You do a good job there.
We're gonna do fish. We're gonna have not regular fries. We're gonna have seasoned fries. And I ain't talking about like the seasoned fries like in the bag. I'm talking about the fries like you actually like got the seasoning right. And then we're gonna have.
This is a bad idea.
Fried pickles. I make the best fried pickles. No count.
Nope. Everybody tell him this is bad.
I wish. Look, man. Look. Think about it.
I'm glad you're excited about ideas.
I'm excited
this
about.
This is a bad idea.
This is my vision. I think this didn't just happen out of nowhere. I was just like, this is a need in Paducah. We don't got this nowhere here.
This is Alex.
We got Buffalo Wild Wings and Wingstop, and they not hidden.
Alex has lots of ideas,
and they be good sometimes.
Sometimes they are good,
and this is one of the sometimes.
This is one of the sometimes that is not a good.
That's
idea.
Crazy.
Watch what?
Watch what when I start them up, and
everybody shows up once and like, oh, this is just. This is good enough.
They go like, this is great. Ain't nobody else doing this. And they go keep coming back and keep coming back.
Because you got to find a place. You got.
I already found equipment. I already found one. And I found a place to sell the equipment. And I just need a couple investors. You want to be one of them?
No.
What?
I do not want you working at a restaurant.
I'm still gonna be here. I'm just doing that. Look,
who's gonna work at the restaurant?
I got people already. I'm gonna even give a job to your kids so they can have a summer job.
My kids don't need to work at Wings and Things.
Why? They gonna be like, hey, Dad, I don't need no money for you. I made some money in my job.
Here's the label that we've been talking about labels.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say it.
Look, Wings and Things coming to Paducah.
Y'all tell him food industry is rough.
I understand that ministry is rough, and you ain't stop me from doing it.
Well, yeah, that's true. You got people that got your back in that.
Ain't nobody got my back.
People ain't got your back in Wings and Things.
That's crazy. I'm gonna find some investors.
They got Buffalo Wild Wings already doing.
And
this.
Buffalo Wild Wings is not. Might as well be better. It's really gonna be better. I'm getting hearts. Somebody believe in me.
Somebody is crazy.
Somebody believe in me. I see the hearts.
I don't know who's hearting
Let me tell you
this
this.
idea, but you need to stop
Wings and
this right now.
look, I'm about to bake some. I can't do it tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna post it and watch. Somebody will be like, "Hey, fix me a plate," and I'm
And there
gonna
you
give
go.
you a
You
deal.
just fix plates of wings and sell them to people. You don't need.
That's
to
how
have
I'm gonna
your own
start up.
place.
That's matter of fact, I don't even need investors no more. I'm just gonna do that, and then people go pay for it.
I'm all
themselves.
for you. Just cooking some wings and say, "I'll sell you wings for $10 a plate." Like, cool, but you do not need to have your whole own thing.
I'm telling you,
This is a
bro.
bad choice.
I'm telling you, bro. Then we can cater for the church.
I don't need you to cater for the church.
We can when we have our big events. You know, we gonna have for dinner, wings and things.
What big events do we have catered? That is not the church we are.
I don't know. We should start having events that we cater stuff.
I don't know.
You know, like we did the church anniversary. We didn't call it that. We called it
Yeah,
day one.
Yeah,
With day one, we had cotton candy. You know, wings and things go donate some desserts.
what desserts? Oh, now you're making desserts.
Oh, you got who has dinner without dessert, Mark? We're gonna have banana pudding.
This has
We're
gotten
gonna
way
have
off.
strawberry.
How the question of OK Genius? How many restaurants should you open in a lifetime?
Just
The
one in
answer
Paducah.
is 0.
One in Paducah.
Very
and then
few
I'm gonna
people
expand
should
to
open a restaurant.
Missouri. Then I'm gonna hit Louisville. Hey,
You got a sermon to write. You're preaching in a few weeks.
I ain't got started on that one yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mention that in my sermon, but like, hey, if I do this, who pulling up?
Yeah, that's a bad choice.
They'll be like, bro, we got you, Alex. We pulling up.
No. When Alex is preaching in a few weeks, if you guys encourage him to have a wings place,
I might say it this. I'm like, hey, y'all,
then he may not be preaching anymore.
y'all pull. That's crazy. Wings and things. It's crazy how because when I start talking about that,
How do you spell this?
WAGN
WAG?
WANGZ
WANGZ.
wings, and then you put the and symbol,
Just the and symbol.
and then things THANGZ
Wangs and things.
wings and things. You keep saying things. I ain't saying it.
Things.
Things, wings and things. Cause the things is like fish and everything else. I got a menu, bro. I'm telling you,
You've actually thought about this.
dude. I thought hard. We was off for like a week for work, so I was like,
So we're never taking off again. That's what this means. We got Easter coming up to prepare for.
oh man, I got that done. You know, I think look, events and stuff, ideas. I think ahead. I'm already done with it.
We got all these other things to do. You don't need to be.
Speaking of
opening up.
Easter coming up, we are doing a choir.
Oh, nice.
Doing a choir, and so if you want to join the choir,
Anybody can be in the choir.
anybody can be in the choir.
What if they can't?
I say anybody can be in the choir. Let's say be there. If you want to be in the choir, we'll let you be in the choir. You will get on stage and sing with the choir. I
That's
promise.
awesome. What are we doing choir? Like, what are
Like
we doing
one-
on Easter, or what are we doing?
That'll be Good Friday service.
Good Friday service.
That's
have
our
a
first
choir.
appearance.
That's awesome. How can people? You got to figure that out. If you're just going to throw that out there, people can be like, "How can I be in the choir?"
Oh yeah, email worship@church419.com. Just say, hey,
Is that a real email address?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like put your name. Say, hey, I'm interested in joining the choir, and we actually get back to you real quick because that email for some reason gets to me way quicker than my regular email.
So I want to be in the choir. Worship@church419.com.
Your name, and then say, I want to be in the
I
choir.
want everybody to be in the choir.
Then who gonna be in the audience?
I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what if?
I doubt that'll happen. It's already people don't want to join the worship team, so
That's true.
I'm pretty sure we'll probably get a few people in the choir.
Some people get real nervous about being on stage.
I never had that feeling before.
I've never had that feeling before either.
I have a feeling about what I do on stage.
Yes, I've had a feeling about this. I'm going to say something stupid or
Yup.
look like a fool, but I don't care about getting up there.
I ain't never got to the point I was nervous to get on stage.
Because if I know if it gets foolish enough, I'll just lean into it and just like I can just be stupider.
that's
Yeah. So the amount of control that people don't realize they see every Sunday.
that's legit. And the
That
look,
is God leading. That's why I pray every single Sunday. God, your word's not mine, because I will say something foolish. So
look,
praise God.
me and
for the
you
Holy
both,
Spirit.
bro.
Yes. That's why we pulled away from so much I've been at lots of churches where it's in between song time
Mhm.
and it's random thought of the day.
So somebody just be like,
Like we just sang this song, I've got the interlude,
mhm.
and people just like preach their whole little mini sermon, and you're like, what was that?
What's the worst mini sermon you ever
That
heard?
was interesting.
You got one that you heard that was the worst.
I've had some that I've heard. Some that I've heard. Yes.
You don't want to try.
No, because I want people to feel bad because they stepped up. They're trying, but you can't. That's why you shouldn't just be talking.
You should.
Sometimes it's not the space.
Just always be prepared.
Yeah. And
Have some prepared.
if nothing else, just say, man, Jesus is good.
Mhm.
Let's worship him. He's great.
There you
When
go.
you start like trying to preach a sermon that gets too weird.
Yeah, that's something I don't ever try to do.
Yes.
I mess around, especially in the middle of singing. I mess up the whole scripture.
We were in a very charismatic Pentecostal church when we first started ministry. So
Mhm.
I had people saying all kinds of crazy stuff up on stage. Spaceships coming down from heaven
What?
and things like that. Yeah, like stuff that's like, this is
What?
not right.
That'll confuse me.
Yep, this ain't good.
The spaceship?
And I was younger than you, and I'm in there trying to do full-time ministry. I'm like, this is weird, right?
The spaceship in church is
Like,
crazy.
this ain't what we do.
Dang.
All right. Well, I want to get back and eating this apple thing, and I don't want to do it in front of y'all.
I want to tell you this. Hold on.
Okay.
When I start talking about wings and things, people start pulling up in the chat. It's a sign, Mark.
No, this
It's
is not
a sign.
What it's a sign of is people are getting off of work.
They want if y'all look, wings. You know what? I'm cooking. I'm about to cook.
I'm
cooking
good with
tonight.
you. I said cook some food.
This is the beginning. This is how I'm started.
It's not the sign that people are happy about wings and things. It's that they got off of
They
work.
not happy about wings and things. They happy about wings and things. See, I need you to believe. If you believe in it, bro, it'll do good. I don't think that's biblical.
Do good in leading worship.
I do that.
good.
I try my best to do good at this.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to be all God has called me to be. He said, he didn't say restaurateur. I was about to say that. I ain't finna lie on God.
No.
That's my dream.
Just there's good restaurants in town. We'll keep you up to date on what they are.
Yes. And wings and things when we pull the plug and make it happen.
Whatever. Guess I'll leave it at that.
Thanks so much, Mark.
I encourage you in a lot of things. This is not one of them.
I see.
All right.
God.
We'll see you guys hopefully on Sunday.
Peace